Hello everyone, it's William Red Fox and welcome to my world. So in today's episode, what we're going to be working on is actually starting the build on the island over there so that we can start getting a harbour city going with the villages that we have. But before that, let's jump into a quick time lapse of just getting that tunnel done for today's episode. So with that, we have done another section of this tunnel. And yeah, it's getting to the point now where it's so long, it's taking forever just to run from one end to the other. So I think I might start putting minecart rails down, just so that I've got that extra bit of length to help me get all the way through. Because if you can see, all the way over there, you can see the ending just right there, but you cannot see the other end there. Now, you have to walk quite far just to be able to see that ending. So, for example, we're stood right around here. You still can't see the start of the tunnel, but you now can't see the beginning of the tunnel. But you can see where the crafting table was before that was actually done. So it is actually quite far. Now, in regards to render distance, let's have a look. So let's go video settings. 22 chunks is the render distance. That is insane to think that we cannot even see either end of the tunnel. And for a further example, before you could see that little crafting table just where it gets narrow, and now you can finally see the bottom, but there is no chance that you'll be able to see the chest or the crafting table at the other end. But now that we're coming to the end of the tunnel, why don't we head topside and we'll talk about what today's episode is going to be about. So with the sun rising on a new day, we're actually going to start work on the island over here. We're actually going to finally start working on the harbour, since now in the last episode we defeated the Ender Dragon. So there's no more technical things that we have to really do in regards to Minecraft other than fighting the Wither. So I think now's a good time to actually start the progress. Now before we do that, we are going to build one more farm. And the reason for this is, yes, the farm... Oh, never mind. We're just going to have to quickly deal with these guys. So as I was saying, there's only one more thing that we really need to do before we get started on here. Now, the one thing that tunnel doesn't do great is that it doesn't give me a lot of cobblestone, just simply because it's on Y level 0. There's so many different variations of different blocks down there that it just rarely gives you any stone that you mine. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be following a Shuttlecraft design to build a cobblestone farm so that I can get some more cobblestone and start working on this island. So for now, I'm just going to quickly gather up all the materials that we need for the farm, get it built, and then I'll be right back with you. So before I go any further on the actual materials getting collected for the build, I forgot to mention the minerals that I collected while I was in the mine. Now, if you take a look here, there's quite a few lapis, a bit of copper, a bit of gold, 1 stack of iron ore, and 13 over here. And on top of that, there are 7 diamonds. So we actually gained quite a bit, and our storage is getting quite full now. So with that, we have now completed the generator. Not only does it do cobblestone, but it also do stone, depending on which pick I use. So that works out great. Now, what we're going to be doing is going to be filling out this island a little bit more and actually making the shape that we want this island to be. Now, before that, I will have to quickly run down to the EXP farm so that I can get these tools repaired, and then once that's done, we'll collect some cobblestone. So now with the sun setting, we have actually collected all the materials, well, most of the materials that I'm going to be needing for this build, and nearly a full chest full of cobblestone, and even a little bit of stone to go a long way as well. So now all that's left is to actually outline what this build is going to be like. Now, I'm going to be putting a 5 tall wall around the place, just to give it that feel of a harbour where boats would go into. But since this is an island, I will have to work out where a bridge will go. Now, I am thinking maybe that here would be a great place for a bridge. Just have it going across this direction, but then it is a bit close there. So let's see if we can move this way a little bit more. I think here would be perfect, right near where the dock kind of reaches the island a little bit better. Now, the bridge itself that I plan to design for this is 11 wide at its thickest point. So I'm going to have to mark that out. Okay, so that's the basics of it, of the bridge plan. Now, all I have to really do is watch out for that drown, apparently. I just heard him in the background, but let's just get rid of him. Yeah, so now all we have to do is now outline where this village is going to go. Now, I'm not too sure how close I want this to go towards that bit there. I do plan on having a lighthouse on there at some point. So it might be nice if we come up to it, if we come up all the way to where this bit is, I think that will look nice. So now we've got the entire perimeter going around this island. All that's left is to tidy up some of the edges, because some parts will still have the double blocking here on the corners. But I believe I got most of them as I was building. But parts like this need to be taken out so that we know that this isn't part of the actual build. And the good thing about this is I actually gained some more grass, which I can put over the top, which looks even better. Okay, so all that's left is just to go around this edge and make it 5 tall, and then fill in the in-between. So here we go. So while making this wall, I actually ran out of stone here. So I'm actually going to have to get some more stone and cobblestone, because I think I'm going to need a lot more than I originally thought. Now, I will continue to gain as much as I can, and yeah, place in as much as I can while I go. But first, I do need to get these chests moved, because they are kind of in the way. I think putting them up here on the grass will do fine. That is a lot of dirt and a lot of cobblestone. Also, while moving everything over, I've just realized I had a bed over here already. I didn't have to go back and go get a bed. So I think that's actually a problem of not having everything in a central place. In the future, hopefully, we can use this like Harbour town as some sort of a base. But for now, we're just going to continue using what we have and just get what we can. But for now, let's jump back in, get some more stone, and yeah, let's continue doing what we can with this place. But first, I think it's best that we get our tools repaired, then start a time lapse of just gathering some materials and getting this all filled in with the cobblestone. And with that, we are now done with the first layer. I now have another 4 more to go. So this is going to be painful. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly gain as much cobblestone as I can. Oh, quickly as the shaders come back in after doing that recording. And hopefully what I can do, I can actually then gain as much cobblestone as I possibly can over there and just simply go from there. But for now, let's just get that done and come back. So after a long session there, I have finally gained a few chests of cobblestone. It's taken quite a few times going back and forth between the skeleton farm and here, just refixing all the pickaxe, and just being standing in front of here until we can get the cobblestone needed. Hopefully, this should be enough, and yeah, this should be the last time lapse of the episode. And with that time lapse, we have now finished doing the base work that needs to be done. Now for myself, that was around 8 hours worth of actually gaining material and placing it back down. I think next time I might actually take a page out of Whip's book and actually just do 2 layers of dirt rather than just filling in the whole thing. I think it's definitely not worth the time just having everything filled in. Yes, it'll help with the lag in the future, but at the moment, this world ain't too big. I can always come back to refill it if I need to. So with that, we're now at the end of the video. So if you could comment, like, and subscribe, that helps out a ton. And if you could head over to Twitter, that's where you'll get the updates for all the next video uploads.